Well, welcome to the great outdoors. Let's take a look at where we are. Beautiful, wide open spaces. And you may be able to hear traffic in the background. And that's kind of the point today. As we were walking out into nature, which is what the entire earth is, nature, no matter what kind of roads we put there, or buildings, or anything like that. It's not like you go into the city or a town and you leave nature. You can't leave nature. But we often feel like we're separated from it, especially when we can't maybe hear the sounds of nature or see the sights of nature right away. Maybe not on the surface, but just underneath. Well, that's what we're going to get to today. So, let's take a little adventure here into an area that's local to me, and I wanted to take this area and show it to you today for our healing, because this is the Shawshene River, and this is local to me here in Massachusetts, but it's also right smack dab in the middle of all this kind of human activity. Now, of course, humans are part of nature. So, let's see if today we can find a way to awaken something deep within us that recognizes and responds to any kind of little hint of nature. In other words, the slightest flower, this little insect doing his little loving life, that instant can snap us out of the surface area of the kind of mental vibrations that are very shallow, that we tend to kind of sit in instead of going a little deeper. So let's take a look at this. Now, not only am I close to the traffic and the roads, there's also a railroad right there as well. But look, that's just over there. You can see the railroad tracks. Look at that. Now, maybe a train will pass by, and that'll give us an opportunity to really kind of go inside no matter what is going on. But I just wanted us to note that, look at that. And I'm even going to go up onto this table here, this picnic table, and look at this little area, this beautiful little area. You can hear the catbirds. And this is, what, 200 yards from traffic and a train that might go by and all of that, and that's perfect for today's meditation. So let's begin. So now here we are on our, right, just like Jesus said, we will build our church upon this rock. So this is this beautiful rock right in the middle of this incredible, beautiful little area. See, right in there you can see the beautiful plants within the water. And you can see how we're just going to be right on this rock right here. And put your feet right here with mine. And this may very well be your shadow. So right now, let's see if we can transmute, and transport ourselves right to this rock right now. This shadow is your shadow, so to say, as you're standing here. So just allow yourself to stand here and be simply amongst this beauty. And now, let us begin our healing of the elements by calling in the wood element. The sacred sound is shu. We may place our attention at our liver, gallbladder, and eyes. Let us now release any anger that we may have, any frustrations, angers. Let them all go. And let us transmute and bring in patience. We call on the patience of the trees. Breathe that in. We also call in the earth element. The sacred sound is hu. Hu. Let us place our attention also at our spleen, stomach, muscles, and mouth. Let us release worry and bring in trust and love. All of the earth elements. We are these earth elements. So let us release any worry about nature, as we are nature. As we call in the water element, the sacred sound is shui, shui. Let's place our attention now also at our kidneys, urinary bladder, bones and joints and ears, releasing fear, bringing in calmness and love. Allowing this beautiful water scene to help us release in the fluidity, the non-resistance, the flow of water, as we also call it the metal element. The sacred sound is si, si. Let us place our attention at our lungs, large intestines, skin and nose, releasing sadness and grief, and bringing in courage. Strong iron in our blood gives us strong, loving courage. As we call in finally the fire element, the sacred sound is ah. So let's place our attention at our heart and open our heart, our small intestines, our blood vessels, our tongue, releasing anxiety and depression and bringing in joy and love. Let us open our hearts now to our own true nature. Let us breathe in the Om Namah Shivaya, the elements in Sanskrit, sacred language. Okay, and now let us thank our beautiful rock. Let us thank the earth elements. Let us thank the water elements. Let us thank the air element. And let us thank the wood element. And let us thank within us the fire element. Transmuting right now any of our preconceived notions, perhaps, that there is a dividing line between mankind, humankind, and nature. For as we explore our world, we'll find trails, surprising trails maybe, only a few hundred meters perhaps from our front door or our office, where we can take a leisurely stroll in nature, which balances us, reminds us of who we are. And with every step we take, and rise up these energies of Mother Earth, who right now, as we walk through this Shawsheen River Trail, Shawsheen meaning serpentine in Native American, as we serpentine our way through the journey of life, let's stop and smell the roses. Let's go and say hello to a tree and bring that energy of wood into our liver area, cleaning up any anger, or what's the opposite? Patience. You think a tree has patience, of course. It's teaching us patience by just the length of time it takes to grow, even 1 inch. We can bring in also the metal element within the earth, the iron, we bring that up. So we don't forget about the precious metals. The precious green ray. So let's breathe that in right now. The green ray of healing. Let's let that flow in through all the spaces of our body, using the energetic flowing of a river of water. So visualize now all those energies that we've awakened circulating through, around all of your organs, all those spaces, like rivers of energy, activating the cells, transmuting, lifting up and away. Immediately transmuting that into loving light that we can now revitalize ourselves with. And this is the miracle of healing, so to say. It's kind of like replacement. After all, the word atonement means correction. So we're just correcting perhaps some truths that we have forgotten. That we are part of nature. That we are nature. And if we remember that it is our nature to be in nature, we can find a hidden spot near a house or our place of work, or even in our backyard, a little nook that we had never just kind of sat and been in. in our busy lives, how often do we feel it's okay just to sit and do nothing? Is it wrong to do nothing? Well, everything that comes and is done comes from nothing. So it would seem to make sense and be quite refreshing, actually, to go into nothingness every once in a while. A stop. Life can be seen and thought of as a movement and a stop. And this, even though we're walking, this is a stop. The traffic in the stores, the busy lives of folks at work and whatever they're doing, that we all do, of course, is happening right over there. Right past the tree line, so to say. Yet we can be in this vibration and allow the world to be busy while we are not. So let us breathe in now, a little deeper than we normally do. And this is one of the, I think, a beautiful feeling that maybe we all have, might spur something in your childhood. A picnic table, right in the middle of the forest. Maybe it reminds us of family and friends and being ourselves in nature. Now look at this very interesting tree. That's a beautiful tree right here. It's just this very interesting, beautiful tree. And look at these wonderful, wonderful roots. And it's just showing us what grounding looks like, perhaps. And as I come around here, wow, look at that. So, let us once again call in the energies of Mother Nature and this beautiful tree offering us healing and lessons in wood, patience, right by the water. And you can see the relationship in nature that this tree has with the water. It's come up the water in its riverbanks and interacted with this tree and shown, exposed to us these beautiful roots that have adapted and become covered in outer bark. So maybe there's a lesson here for us as we bring in water to help us transmute and create spaces. We find ourselves in a new kind of area and energy, and then we adapt to that. So perhaps this beautiful tree is helping us to understand patience and adaptation. So this is just one of the little spots that I found and wanted to bring us to today. This is the Shawshene River in Andover, Massachusetts, a local spot. I encourage you to find any kind of local spot where you can sit, and you can see we've got nice little benches here, and it's a beautiful little spot. If you look in your local internet for trails and parks and things like that, I think you'd be surprised to see that as a society we have done this. We have created and protected these little pockets and patches, which really, really keeps us balanced and keeps us human, which is divine and natural. So, thank you for joining us today, joining myself and all the trees and all the sprites and fairies and angels that are surely here. So I want to thank you with all of my heart. Namaste. Om Namah Shivaya, which means Om, the great void, the great ether, Na, earth, Ma, water, Shi, fire, Va, air, Ya, ether, and then Om, the great heavens. So as we say Om Namah Shivaya, we breathe in completeness, wholeness, and balance. Namaste. And now, let us welcome this train in peace. And look at that, the train went by and the tree is still standing.